Right guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm just going to be showing you how to replace your shift cable in your Shimano front derailleur. That's the newer style derailleur like the R7000, R8000, R9100 mechanical front derailleur. So I'll go ahead, I'll show you how to run a new shift cable into your one if you're having problems with it changing and you just wanted to know how to replace the cable. I'll go ahead, I'll show you the steps. Right, so before I get into showing you how to change the cable, I'm just going to run through a couple of things that might be wrong with yours and why you need to change it. So on this particular one, if you notice, I've changed down like so, but it's not changing down. It's up in the large chainring at the front, as you can see. And changing the shifter has no effect on it at all, as you can see there. And being as this bike's externally routed, obviously running the cable through a bit easier. Your one might be internally routed and you've got to put the cable down through and then it disappear in the down tube, then it go down like that. And if you've got a cover underneath where you can see it, underneath the bottom bracket here, then obviously if you're changing one of them, then you've got both the cables going through there. So when you undo, say if you've got a little hex head you've got to undo, or a screw at the bottom, when you go to take that cover off, it's not going to come off because you've still got the other cable that's inside your down tube, say for your rear derailleur coming down, and that's in place there. So if you need to get to it, see there's still another cable in the way, so it makes it trickier to get a cable through and then up to your front mech. But like I said, this one, it's stuck on the largest chainring. So when you're going along in the largest chainring, you go to change down and nothing happened. And sometimes you could change, and what happened you'll see is you go to change, sometimes you could do that quick on the lever and then suddenly it'll actually change down to your inner chainring. You'll think, well, that's alright. The next time you do it you won't have no luck, and sometimes the shifting's not heavy, it still change up absolutely light, no problem at all. It'll change up, it's not that particularly heavy or anything, it just won't change back down like so. And sometimes you can change back down and the lever will get stuck like that over to one side, and the only thing that's making it change down is when you shift like that. You see you can do it without even moving the shifter itself, it's just that there like so. So you just go pull that over like so, like that. So that is changing down. When you change up, so using, as you push to go up, both levers move at the same time. So there's this one here, there's that one, and there's another one inside there, and both of them go at the same time as you change up. Obviously I can't change up because it is changed up, but you see what I mean. And then the lower one only does that one there, like I just showed, which you can just get hold of with your finger like that and then change. So like I say, this one's stuck up in the largest chainring. And also some people, obviously this is the newer style front derailleur I'm talking about here, some people say they get heavy shifting sometimes, like it's fine in the lower one, and then when you go to shift up to the outer chainring, the shifter's really heavy, like you go to push it up and it's really heavy to move across. It shouldn't be like that, you should just be able to easily change up light as really light. It shouldn't be heavy at all. Some people will suffer with that as well, so it's always worth checking. Obviously your derailleur moves, when we release the cable, you check that your derailleur moves freely by hand as well, just to make sure there's nothing wrong with the actual derailleur itself. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead, we'll get a new cable into this. I'll show you how to do that. Right, so I'll start down at the derailleur end. I've done nothing up at the shifter yet. So what I'll do, I'll just snip off the stop on the end there, get rid of that, and then I'll just pull up the plastic link cover there and get rid of that out of the way. Just slide it off the cable like so. Then you can just let your cable come round like so, so it's back out again. So there's your cover off the top, and then what I'll do is I'll undo the pinch bolt at the top. So I'll just undo that like so, get the cable out from under the pinch bolt like that, and then once we've released that, I'll just pull it through, because this bike, like I said, is externally routed there, so I'll just get rid of it like that, out of the way. See if you can see yours down the back here. There's a seat tube, then you can just pull it out of the derailleur completely, so you know it's not snagged up in the derailleur, so we can see if the derailleur is working okay. So you see the derailleur is moving fine. It's on the inner. It's on the inner there, and it moves okay like so. Yours might be stuck on the inner chainring, and when you go to shift up at the lever end, you're trying to shift across to move it up like so, and nothing's happening. It's just the lever's moving, it gets heavy as you move across, and it just won't do anything. It's stuck down here and you can't shift up to the outer like so. Right, so we've got the shifter. Now this applies to whichever Shimano shifter you've got. So it could be a 105, R7000, 6800 Ultegra, R8000, a 105 5800, whatever you've got shifter wise. Then what you want to do is get the hood pulled back like so, and then you see the grey cover. Yours might not be grey, it might be a clearer cover on the inside. So you see that. Then what you want to do is, if you can't just flick it off with your finger, just get something, little screwdriver, and just flick that like so. So then just leave it hanging out of the way, and then because we've detached the cable already further down, if you've got it and it comes out, if you've got yours internally routed and it comes out by the head tube area, then you can just pull it out of the head tube because you disconnected it off the derailleur, and then get the cable there so you can see the cable. I can see the cable further down, so if you see, you just push it on the cable there, so as you can see it, then you can just get hold of the cable like so, and then just pull it out like that. So you can pull that through, like so, till the whole cable's out. And then what you do then is just pull back your hood a little bit further, and then push the cable through the actual body like so, until it comes out the other side like that. And sometimes what you can get a problem with is just here, the end stops there about that far in, an inch or so in, they get kinked up there and they can start fraying on that point there. So if you get bad shifting at all, and this applies to the rear derailleur as well, then a lot of times it's fraying inside your shifter body, and because it's fraying, the tension's obviously going, because each individual strand of the cable is started to go, so therefore it's affecting your shifting because the cable's getting weaker and weaker, so it's letting it off. It doesn't matter if you adjust your barrel adjuster or whatever, in the end you'll just run out of adjustment because the cable's going to go, and it's probably going to break when you're out miles from home. So that's one thing to always check as well. If you've got bad shifting or anything, it might not necessarily be your derailleur, it could well be your cable inside your shifter body, the lever starting to fray just around here, and then once it goes completely, then you end up with your cable stuck inside your shifter body. So that's the cable removed out of there. So what you want to do is get yourself a new cable, and then we go ahead and we put this in. Now if you haven't changed your outer cable going from here to your head tube in a long time, then it's always worth changing that. Obviously you've got to unwrap your handlebar tape to do that. I know this one's not been long done, so it doesn't matter, it's nearly new. But if you haven't done yours for a year or so, then it's worth changing, because the inside of it will be probably dirty or rusty in there, and it all affects the overall shifting, so it's always worth changing it if you can. Right, so we've got new cable here. Obviously to put a new cable in, you want to pull back your hood on the outside there, and there's an elongated slot there that you can see. Now what you want to do is put the cable through the top hole there, making sure when you do this that the shifter's shifted down like so, otherwise it won't go through. So you can put it through like that, and if it interferes, if your hood interferes with this side, just pull back your hood a little bit, because it might well do, then it will come out there like so. Then just keep on pulling it through till you get to the stop on the end, and then pull back your hood, and you want to put the stop in the lower part, not in the top there, because it will just sit on the outside. You've got to push it down and put it into the bigger hole at the bottom there. So you just lower it down like that, and then tuck it in, and then pull it from this side, and make sure it's gone up inside the body of the shifter. You can't see it on the edge there or anything, it's gone up inside. Then you know that's installed there. And then what you can do is move back around to the inside here. Right, so on the inside you got your grey cover still hanging down. You put the cable through like so. Then you can just get your cable, and then you can see where it goes back inside there. So you can just line it up with that little hole there, and then get it started and just push it through. And then because you got it pulled out, say by your head tube here, if you got the outer pulled out like so, you'll just see it, get it all the way to the end. So if yours is internally routed, you'll have it so you can have the end out like so. Now you might need to get the cable to come through, just pull off the end stop on there like so. If you do, then just pull that off, and then keep pushing it through, and there, and it appears there. Then you can just put your cable end back on. So you put that back on, put it back on the end there, and then just keep pulling your cable all the way through. And once you got it right through like so to there, it's got a little twist in like that, just untwist it, just keep pulling it through like that. And then when you're happy with that, you can get your grey cover again and just pop your cover back in position like so. And then what you want to do is pop your hood back down out of the way like that, and make sure it's right out of the way under here, because if not it can affect the shifting, because it just catches under here, you don't realise. So make sure it is actually folded back down properly out of the way there, and then we'll move on to the next step. Right, so we've got the cable up in position like so. So it depends if yours was internally routed, externally, to how easy it is to get the cable up out of the bottom bracket area. Now what you want to do before you go and do anything with the cable is the tension adjustment there, 2mm hex head, is make sure that you've wound that out, you can only wind it out so far, and it'll literally come out like, I'll just wind it right out, it comes out like so. So what you want to do is just put it in, get it started a few turns, right, so you know it's in there, like so, and then leave it like that. And then if you see just there, you got your pinch bolt with a plate underneath it, that moves, and then just there there's a black tab just here. Make sure that's pushed back in and it's touching the body here, the black piece, so they're touching one another there, because if that's not right back in, then as you do the screw, as you screw that in to put the tension on to adjust that, then it won't be hitting on anything, so you're not adjusting anything. So make sure that's actually back in fully and touching there. So I'll zoom right in. That black piece there is touching here, because like I said, when you screw that in, it comes through and pushes that round, what pushes on your pinch bolt there to adjust it. So if they're not all touching, it'll affect it and you won't be able to adjust it properly. So I just thought I'd show you that just in case. Now what you want to do then is, with a 4mm hex head for your pinch bolt, you get your cable in position underneath your pinch bolt. So if you slacken it off, put that underneath like so. See, this is with the, make sure the derailleur is down the bottom, which it should be at this point, and so is your shifter shifted down. You haven't touched your shifter at all, just put the cable through it. Now when you're pulling on this cable like so, you want to put it round and pull on it more towards the front of the bike than straight out. Put it round like so. You've got to make sure that the tabs I just showed you, the silver one and the black one there, are all touching one another. When you're doing this, make sure they don't move away at all, because you might be pulling on it, and if they move away, then it won't be no good for adjusting it. So make sure you're pulling on the cable tight on that cable, and then snug down your pinch bolt like so, and snug that down, and you can let go of your cable. So that's that in position there, as you can see. Now with that in position, you can try your shifter and shift up like so. You see, you shift down, up. Do that a few times, just help stretch the cable before you go and do the tension adjustment. You just shift up and down like so, and then what you want to do is shift up to the outer chainring like that, and then just one little click on the shifter, shift down, and it just moved then. Not all the way down like that, just change up and then just literally tap the shifter to change down, and it just moved, just a slight bit. That's the position you need it set in to adjust the tension adjustment there. So I'll just show you that in better detail. Right, so I've got the derailleur set in that position like I showed, and what you're looking for with it to do the tension is, you can see that little dash there, silvery dash there, and there's another one, there's a rivet there, there's another one just by the rivet, literally just there, so they're almost in line. You might do it in your one, might actually be in line, so you don't have to do anything, or yours might be right back here somewhere. So I'm not saying it'd be exactly like that. It could be over here, or it could actually be in line and you won't have to do anything. So if it isn't quite in line, then what you want to do is get your 2mm hex head Allen key on the tension there and turn and screw it in until it starts to put some tension on it. Just wind that in, and then you feel the tension come onto it. Then keep turning it like so. Just keep turning it like that until they're in line, like they are now. So they're lined up now, the two dashes there. So once you're happy you've lined them up, then that's that tension adjustment complete. Right, so what I'll do is I'll just shift back down now, and I'll go ahead, we'll just put the cable round so we can put the cover back on. So put your cable round like so to get it in position, like that. And then what you want to do, you can thread on your cover, it goes back on the top. There's a large hole in it, one end like that, then on the other end a small hole, so it goes on the large hole first. So you just get that over your cable like so, just slide it down. Like so, and then the round piece that's sticking down out of it, the peg there that's sticking down, goes straight down the middle of your pinch bolt. So you just line that up with the middle of your pinch bolt like so, get it in position, and then just clip it back on like that. And then you can snip your cable off and put a stop on there. Just snip that off. And just get yourself a stop for the end, like so. Just put that in place. Just crimp it on, like so. And there you have it. You can try and shift up and down, like so. Just check it's all working, the shifter's okay, like that. Then you put your chain back on, and that's the installation done. Right guys, there's the cable installation complete for you. So I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more cycle related content. Till next one, ride safe and I'll see you then.